I don't know if people have heard about it, but Pakistani national charged for plotting
Oh yeah.
terrorist attack in New York City in support of ISIS got arrested in Quebec. And by the way, the trial will be in Montreal this Friday. I'm going to go over there to report on the story if you want to have more information about it. But the main part that is so frightening, so by the way, is it's all because of the FBI. Of course, like they were working in partnership with the RCMP and other organization. But when you read the press release from the USA, because of course the press release from the USA is way more complete than in the Canadian side. But first of all, the main person that his name is Mohammad Shazeb Khan was, I think he didn't know, obviously he didn't know, but he was talking with two undercover police officers. He tried to obtain AR style assault rifle, ammunition, and other material to carry out the attack. He wanted to pay a human smuggler to pass through Canada to USA. And he also mentioned that he would love to have type of knife to be easily capable to cut the throat of Jewish people.
Yeah.
It is frightening. It is just, I don't know what you think about it, but this is one of the impact of mass migration that we cannot check the background, that we have some of the people entering in our country who are plotting this kind of attack. And now, like this, they know this since 2023, by the way, November 2023, when they started to follow this man online and everything. So they know since a while. He just got apprehended recently. How many of this kind of people are in Canada right now or in the US? We don't know, because we don't know all their background, because most of them arrive in Canada or in the US. They throw their identity in the waste or whatever, like on the ground. They arrive, they have nothing to check the background, and this is happening.
Yeah. No, and I'll tell you what's really disturbing about this, Alexa. As you mentioned, it was the FBI, and I think New York law enforcement was involved too, because
Yeah.
the final destination was going to be October 7th of this year. This was going to be his way of celebrating the worst massacre of Jews in a single day since the end of the Holocaust by
Yeah.
going to New York City, I think in his words, a Jew-heavy target city. That's why he wanted to go there. But if you recall last month, when we found out about the father and son caught in Richmond Hill, also planning an ISIS inspired attack, that information came from France. This information, as you said, came from the US, the FBI. The fact of the matter is, Alexa, is CSIS is underfunded right now. It is understaffed, and the morale is horrible, probably because it's so underfunded and understaffed, and they can't find good quality candidates, and probably are lacking the budget to pay for those candidates, because one of the reasons a lot of people are leaving CSIS is they're getting better jobs in the private sector, less stress, more money. Why wouldn't you do that?
Mm-hmm.
So the go-to response is, well, golly, we hope our allies will stumble upon these plots, because we don't have the resources to do so. And I think this is despicable. I think this should be an election issue as the hatred and the terrorism is ramping up. I think this would be a really good policy plank for Pierre Poilievre, Alexa, to say, if elected, we are going to reinvigorate our intelligence agency so that we domestically can find out these wannabe terrorists, as opposed to relying on allies like the US and France. What say you?
But yes, I agree with you on this. But example, like now they are talking about that it's 20 years in prison, okay? And with our broken justice system, broken jail system, maybe we'll get out free after what, 3/4, or maybe before that. And what tell us that he would not try again? And why are we not doing something else than just giving like a sentences? Why are we, first of all, giving him like sentences here in Canada where the jail is actually not that bad?
Oh no, Alexa, we got to go after those Saskatchewan duck hunters and confiscate their rifles. That's the real crime, not terrorists and wannabe terrorists, not gangbangers. I mean, there was, I think, the worst crime somebody got bail for, if you can imagine, attempted murder. Are you kidding me? You know, you failed in murdering somebody and you're still back out on the streets. This hug-a-thug, let's examine the systemic causes of this hatred and violence. And no. These are dangerous, dangerous people. Lock them up. We'll worry about the systemic causes of how they're thinking at a later date.
It's the news event of the year. Canada's most controversial premier sits down with Canada's most controversial journalist, and everything is on the table. Come watch Ezra Levant one-on-one with Alberta Premier Danielle Smith in front of a live studio audience in Calgary. Nothing's off limits. Nothing's held back. Questions that would make Justin Trudeau invoke martial law. Answers that will make Stephen Guilbeault pee his pants. You're not going to want to miss this one. But you have to be there in person at the Rebel News Live mega conference in Calgary on October the 5th. Tickets are limited, so drop everything and go to rebelnewslive.com right now. Special discounted prices for Patriots and special extra high prices if you're with the CBC. Go to rebelnewslive.com now.